Imagine this.
A bed. Now put a person in that bed. Now that person is so sick that he misses a day of class. Since he's feeling better, he starts preparing for school. He grabs a jacket, then you put on your shoes, and finally, you grab your bag, put the 2 straps back on, then you start heading for the door. That sun though. Now that you're finally at school, you get to class, prepare for the day, and the next thing you know, pop quiz. Lucky for Kyle, it was nothing more than just a dream. Although he does look a bit confused on why there's a camera in his room.
So this situation could have been all avoided had you just come prepared. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to help you prepare for that quiz.
In this lesson, we'll be teaching you how to use the cosine rule. The sine rule is used to find missing angle or side, but the cosine rule is actually also the same thing, just in its own way.
Let's pretend that the sine rule doesn't work. We'll use cosine. The cosine rule consists of 2 equations. These 2 equations are used for indicating 2 things in a triangle. The side of a triangle and indicating the angle of a triangle. Now, it's just a matter of plugging the numbers in.
Okay, so let's be clear. For this first equation right here, we're going to be looking for the side of x. In order to find x, we're going to need to have the included angle, which is 49 degrees, and the 2 sides right next to it, which in this case would be 10 and 12. For the second equation, you would actually need to have a triangle with all 3 sides included. So it would look like this. You would have to know all 3 sides of the triangle.
In a triangle, your angle will always represent its opposite side. In this case, angle A represents side A, angle B represents side B, angle C represents side C. Say in the equation you're asked to find this side. Well, its opposite angle will be your cosine A. Your B and C, however, will be these 2 sides. When writing out in your equation, it doesn't matter which one is which, as long as both numbers are either B or C. Let's do a practice problem. In this example, we're given both 2 sides and its included angle. So we'll be using this equation. Now let's just set it up. A squared equals 8 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 8 times 11 cosine 37. Now let's just simplify. A squared, 64, 11 squared, 121, 2 times 8 times 11, 176, times cosine 37. Now we just simplify these 2 numbers, and we get 185. Then we multiply these 2 numbers, just put it in our calculator, we get 44.5. Now it's just simple subtraction from here. We subtract 44.5 from 185, and we get 140.5. We're not done quite yet. We still have this square here, so we're going to square root on both sides. These 2 cancel out, and we simplify to about 6.67. And since there are no units, we'll use SI as the IB universal unit.
So for this triangle right here, we have all three sides included, which means that we will be using the second equation. So we'll plug in all our numbers and go from there. So now that we have all the sides plugged in, we're actually going to square root these numbers because they have the square root on top of them. So 11 squared is 121, plus 13 squared, which is 169, minus 36, which is 6 squared. And then we take 280, which is all of that put together. Then we're going to add all of these up, and we're going to get 254 over, we're going to bring down the 286. This is all cosine A. We're going to put this in parentheses, and in order to get rid of the cosine A, we're going to need to cancel it out, but we're going to need to use cosine -1. That's in order to cross that out. And when we plug that into our calculator, we're going to get A is equal to 27.4. And we're going to write SI because SI is a universal unit and we're always going to need units. And in the IB world, that's what you use when there's no units given to you.
A triangular lot sits at the corner of two streets that intersect at an angle of 58 degrees. One street side of the lot is 32 meters and the other is 40 meters. How long is the backside of the lot?
Given in the problem, we know that our shape has to be triangular. And although I've never seen an actual triangular lot, I suppose we'll just go with it. So it'll look something like this. Be sure to also label your angles. So A, B, and C. We are also given the information of 58 degrees. We'll put this right here. And we're given two sides. Be sure to have your two sides contain this angle. So 32 meters here and 40 meters here. We're not given all three sides, so we can't use one of the equations. We're forced to use a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2 times b times c cosine A. Now we'll plug in these numbers. A squared equals 32 squared plus 40 squared minus 2 times 32 times 40 times cosine 58. Now, we'll simplify. 32 squared will equal 1,024. 40 squared will equal 1,600. 2 times 32 times 40 will equal 2,560. And then cosine 58. Now, we'll add these two numbers together to get 2,624. Multiply these two numbers to get 1,356.6. We'll subtract now. We'll get 1,267.4. We need to cancel this out. So square root on both sides. And we get 35.6 meters.
Now when the test comes around, Kyle will have no problem passing it.